Picture this. You scoop your pet goldfish, snap your fingers, and boom, he's in the open ocean. Does he become Nemo's new roommate or a salty raisin? In minutes, the ocean's salt starts a microscopic tug-of-war called osmosis, and our little buddy loses. Today on Whale Facts, we'll break down why most freshwater fish can't survive in seawater, how their bodies are engineered for low-salt living, and which rule breakers like salmon and bull sharks pull off the great salinity switch. No heavy math, just clear science, sharp visuals, and a couple of Mythbusters. Ready to find out who really wins, salt or fish? Let's dive in. Spoiler: the ocean doesn't play fair for goldfish. Osmosis is water's habit of moving from where there's less dissolved stuff to where there's more, across membranes that let water through but not most solutes. Think of each fish cell as a tiny water balloon wrapped in a semi-permeable skin. When the outside gets saltier than the inside, water leaves the balloon. When the outside is fresher, water rushes in. That pressure difference is osmotic pressure. On Earth's menu, waters come in 3 broad flavors: freshwater with under about 0.5 parts per thousand salt, seawater around 35 parts per thousand, and brackish in between. Those numbers matter because even small shifts change how heart cells must work to keep their volume and chemistry steady. Fish don't get to ignore physics. If water floods in, cells swell, ions leak out, and vital reactions drift off target. If water drains out, cells shrink, proteins misbehave, and nerves misfire. Survival depends on a body-wide balancing act: pumps, pores, and kidneys working together to keep the internal soup nicely salted and the water level just right. Freshwater fish are engineered for a world where the water around them is much less salty than their own body fluids. That creates a constant inward pull of water and an outward leak of salts. To win that daily tug-of-war, they run specialized hardware. First, the gills aren't just breathing organs, they're chemical control panels. Lining the gill filaments are ionocytes, often called chloride cells, stuffed with transporters like the Na/ATPase and co-transporters that haul sodium and chloride from the water into the blood. This is active work and burns energy, but it replaces the salts that would otherwise seep away. Second, their kidneys are champs at wasting water. Freshwater fish produce large volumes of very dilute urine, flushing out the excess water that osmosis keeps pushing in. By contrast, they conserve precious ions, so the urine is low in salt. Third, behavior helps. Freshwater fish generally don't drink much water because they're already taking on too much through their gills and skin. Their gut isn't relied upon for water uptake the way marine species do. Put together, these adaptations keep the internal soup stable. Salts stay in, water stays balanced, cells keep their shape, and nerves and muscles fire on cue. But this system is tuned for low-salt surroundings, not the open ocean. So what if you take that freshwater design and drop it in full-strength seawater? Instantly, the gradient flips. Now the outside is far saltier than the fish's internal fluids, so water begins leaving the body through gill surfaces and skin. Cells shrink, blood thickens, and chemistry goes sideways. Meanwhile, sodium and chloride ions rush inward down their concentration gradients. The gill ionocytes that usually pull tiny amounts of salt in are overwhelmed because they weren't built to move huge loads the other way. The kidneys, great at dumping water, aren't set up to conserve it aggressively or to excrete mountains of salt. Electrical activity in nerves and muscles depends on precise ion ratios. When those ratios swing, movement falters, the heart struggles, and metabolism stalls. The result is a systemic crash called failed osmoregulation. It's not about the ocean burning the gills. It's about dehydration from the inside out paired with salt overload. Some hardy species may hang on briefly, especially in milder brackish water, but in real open ocean salinity, a typical freshwater fish can't rebalance fast enough. The clock runs out. It's a physics problem their biology can't solve on short notice. Marine fish survive the sea by playing the opposite game. They constantly lose water to the salty environment, so they drink seawater. Yes, actually drink it, move water across the gut, and then dump the extra salt. Specialized gill ionocytes pump chloride out and move sodium out indirectly. Powered by the Na/ATPase, their kidneys produce small volumes of concentrated urine to conserve water. Sharks and their relatives add a twist. They retain urea and a helper molecule called TMAO in their blood, which makes their internal fluids closer to seawater in total osmotic strength. Excess salt is excreted by a nifty organ called the rectal gland. The big picture? Saltwater bodies are wired to fight dehydration and eject salt, while freshwater bodies are wired to dump water and hoard salt. Swapping oceans without rewiring the hardware rarely ends well. Of course, a few all-stars break the rule. Euryhaline species can handle wide salinity swings by rebuilding their plumbing as conditions change. Salmon hatch in fresh water, grow in rivers, then head to sea. Before the ocean stage, a hormonal makeover called smoltification reshapes their gills. Ionocytes switch roles, transporter proteins ramp up for salt export, and drinking behavior increases. When adults return to fresh water, the system flips again over days to weeks. Eels, tilapia, and some gobies play similar games, each with its own timing. Bull sharks may patrol rivers as pups and the coast as adults, dialing their kidneys, liver, and rectal gland to match the water. The catch is time. These switches are coordinated gene-level changes, not instant toggles. Most fish are stenohaline, built for a narrow range, and forcing them outside that range without gradual acclimation isn't adaptation. It's a slow-motion failure. Only a minority can truly straddle fresh and salt. Between land and sea lies the brackish middle. Estuaries, river mouths, and mangroves, where salinity swings with tides and rain. Many specialists thrive here, but middle doesn't mean easy mode. The chemistry can change hour to hour, demanding flexible physiology. Aquarists sometimes claim, any fish can adapt if you go slow. Not really. Slow acclimation can help certain hardy species move a few notches along the scale, but biology sets hard limits. A strictly freshwater tetra won't become an ocean cruiser. A coral reef butterfly fish won't settle into a lake. Even euryhaline pros need time and specific triggers to retool their gills and kidneys. The takeaway: water isn't just wet, it's chemistry. Put the wrong fish in the wrong salt and the chemistry wins. Nature enforces the rules without mercy. Here's a human check. Our kidneys can't dump salt as fast as seawater delivers it. So drinking the ocean makes us dehydrated. Sound familiar? Sports drinks feel just right, because they're roughly isotonic with our fluids. Now grab a sponge. Drop it in salty water and it shrivels as water leaves, like a freshwater fish tossed into the sea. Put a saltwater-soaked sponge into pure water and it swells, like a marine fish in a lake. Same physics, different costumes. Osmosis doesn't care about species, only gradients and membranes. So why can't freshwater fish live in saltwater? Because life runs on gradients, and their hardware is tuned to a low-salt world. Toss them into the ocean and water rushes out, salt surges in, and the control systems can't keep up. Dehydration and ion chaos follow. The rare exceptions survive by slowly rewiring their gills, guts, and kidneys before each move. If you love this science dive, stick with whale facts for more sharp, funny truths about the water world. Smash like, share with a fish-loving friend, and subscribe so you never miss a splash. Got a topic you're curious about? Drop it in the comments and we'll chase it.